Hey, I thought I would jump into the beginning of this video and sort of give you a little bit of background, mainly with a catchphrase that yes, Christmas is indeed lit. And this is our first foray into standard type vlogging, and you will see much more of this on Bantam Paradox in the future if you are interested in it, and seeing us make jackasses of ourselves not only on set but also in public.
That much.
Okay.
Does that look better?
That's illegal.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Nope.
What do you mean no?
Just frowned upon.
Really?
Wholeheartedly.
Let me buckle up then, because if we've got visibility, I don't know. I'm not buckled. I'm just gonna leave the fucking recording. How's that?
I don't know how long it'll record for, but fuck. I'll upload the video to an external when I get home, so it's no worry for space or anything.
Dalton?
Yes?
Do you still love me?
Oh god, I hope the edits make all this. I hope you can edit everything.
I am the edit grandmaster.
So we've like totally just descended now into like, you know, early 2000s vlogging. You realize that, right?
Vlogging.
It's vlogging.
Not blogging. We are not bloggers. Although that would be a lot more literary. I don't know where to look. I'm looking at you in the camera when I'm talking to you.
It's really weird because, like, even when you're looking at the camera, you can't look at yourself. You have to look to the left, so you're looking at the camera. Otherwise, it looks like you're cross-eyed. I came across that problem.
You came across what?
That problem.
Oh, okay.
Where it makes it look like you're cross-eyed because you're looking at yourself and not at the actual camera hole itself.
It's hurting my shoulder.
I'm so sorry.
God damn!
So, for, you know, the sake of the fact that we're actually filming a video, what are we doing, Adrian?
We are on our way to Barnes & Noble.
The Barnes & Noble.
The Barnes & Noble. Barnes and Noble. We are going to, this is so weird and distracting.
You're not the one driving. I don't know how people do this while they drive.
I have no idea. We're going to Barnes & Noble, and we are going to part with our Patreon monies. You're going to get on the highway, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I?
Because this is terrifying right now.
Oh, God, yeah. Is there a better way?
Well, we can go the long way.
Sure.
We'll just go all the way down North Oak here and turn left on Berry.
Okay.
The entire way down North Oak. You will be venturing through North Oak in its entirety. We are on our way to Barnes & Noble. I hate this. How do people do this shit? We are on our way to Barnes & Noble, where we will be parting ways with our Patreon monies, assuming they have some type of book drive. I can't even look at... I don't know if I'm looking at the camera or not, because I don't know where your camera is on your phone.
Well, to be completely honest, you might even be able to, like, position the phone right up there.
And it won't slide?
It shouldn't. I can take this down.
Where's your... You don't have an anti-slide deal?
I've got that pop socket in the back. It holds the phone up.
I don't know if that's going to... Hold it up. That makes it more precarious and less likely to stay. Because it has less surface tension.
It is sweet.
Are you sure it's not illegal?
100%.
In Kansas City?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Worst case scenario, I'm going to get pulled over and be like, oh, I'm so sorry. I don't understand how to drive, sir. I'll start crying. It's fine.
How many tickets have you gotten out of by crying?
I've actually only got one ticket in my life.
Really?
One. For going 87 in a 65.
Wow.
Yeah. And have I told that story?
No, not to me.
Okay, so wholeheartedly what happened, I was driving home one night, and I was driving my Neon, white Neon.
Yeah.
And this white car shoots off the on-ramp and just goes down the highway. And I even looked over to my significant other at the time like, God damn, that guy's in a hurry. Immediately, a cop turns his lights on the other side of the highway, drives slowly over the grass, and pulls me over, gives me the ticket.
That sucks.
Yep. Had to do the whole fucking, the court thing and everything, and be like, hey, listen, if it's me, I'm fine for it. My driving record is flawless, but it's not me. So, like, can we look at a dash cam or anything? Because I'm not paying for somebody else's ticket.
Didn't have it. paid it though, didn't you?
I absolutely paid it. Because they said, well, he says it was you, so it was you. My ass. I drive like an old woman.
That thing wasn't going 87, period. I was in that thing. You're lucky if you could get that to 78.
Pretty sure if I would have just made it, like, if that was me, made it to 88 miles an hour, we would have went back in time and never had the ticket, so it would have been fine. What the hell do people talk about when they're driving?
I don't know. This would be an interesting setup for a variety hour, though.
This could potentially just become variety hour.
Yeah. We just have to pick somewhere to go every week.
Just daily outings. Like, I feel like we need an intro video where it's just like us in the park feeding the birds.
I'm not against it.
I just want to be the guy who, like, instead of throwing breadcrumbs, I just throw down an entire Reuben.
That corned beef was awful.
I fucking love corned beef. It's delicious.
I'm probably going to have a heart attack by the time I'm 37 for many reasons. But one of them is because when I was in high school, I had an obsession with corned beef hash. I loved it. I loved it from the can. I'm willing to bet that once this is like not recording, this whole part right here is cut off. So it's just like a tenth of my face.
No, that's exactly what the video will look like. Trust me, I've been messing with it for a while now.
Even the part that's covered by the buttons?
What?
The part that's covered by the buttons?
Yeah, it's all there.
Okay.
Either that or, it is going to be cut off. It's fine. Everybody can see me. See me driving.
Motion sickness with the way I'm holding this camera.
I feel like today's going to be the day, like, we actually, like, drive past the scene of a crime, and we're the guys who got it on camera.
We are a crime. We are too legit to quit.
So Barnes and Noble.
Barnes and Noble. What do you?
Barnes and Noble. We go to the Barnes and Noble a lot.
Too much.
And, like, I like Barnes and Noble. I do, because I mean that's it for bookstores in Kansas City, unless you go to like Rainy Day or something.
Yep, everything's closed.
But Barnes and Noble's expensive, man.
Yeah.
And like it always bothers me. I'm like, well, I could wait a week and get this on Amazon for $2.
Yeah.
But it's right here. It looks so nice.
And you have terrible self-control issues.
Oh yeah, I'm the worst. Just like every time I go to, gas station or something, because like I need a pack of cigarettes, I'm like, well, you better get a candy bar too. It's just right there. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, the cigarettes aren't bad enough.
No, you gotta have a little chocolate on top of your cigarettes. I've said it for years, cigarettes and chocolate milk, you can build empires on that combination.
What?
You can build empires on cigarettes and chocolate milk.
Well, that doesn't make sense.
No, all you need is a good glass of chocolate milk. You gotta get the whole chocolate milk from Chateau. It's like a local dairy thing.
Yeah, Chateau milk is available for 3 square miles.
That's fine.
You're not building an empire on that.
A pack of Pall Mall menthols, you can work all night. No questions asked.
That's not building an empire, you turd.
It's building an empire.
Your windshield is filthy.
Well, I have dogs, so like the back windshields are always filthy because like they paw at them and lick them. And sometimes I lick the front windows.
Yeah. When I say windshield and you look out your driver's side window, I'm not sure exactly how to gauge this social transaction, but your windshield is dirty.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm okay with that. It doesn't bother me.
So on North Oak, basically all that exists are smoke shops, pawn shops, and quick and loan places, and car repair places.
Really,
so
do you need more?
That's pretty much all we're driving past.
It's really an exciting drive. Take the scenic route. Because, we thought it'd be a good idea to do this at 7 o'clock at night on a Friday, right before Christmas.
It was your idea.
I know. It's a good idea.
It was my idea to go now.
Was it?
Yeah, I love how I need you, Dalton. I need you in my life because you're just willing to accept blame.
I've always, even at work, like somebody will just like joke and be like, oh, Dalton did it. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. I'm good for it. I'll take it. Holy shit, that's a Captain D's.
You didn't know we had a Captain D's?
No, I thought Captain D's went out of business.
It is.
It's just, that's the last one.
Yeah, they're still open, but they're out of business.
It's like the last Blockbuster.
I think they just deal drugs now.
Yeah? That's fair.
Yeah, that last Blockbuster, that's YouTube Gold, man.
True story.
People get millions of views going there. We should. It's in Alaska or something, isn't it?
I have no idea.
I think it's in Alaska.
I feel like that's appropriate, though, and be like, well, I could go get a hit of meth and some hush puppies, so...
And you better hush puppy when they ask you where you got that meth.
This video is going to get shut down by Captain D's. Somebody's gonna be like, oh my god, they're talking about us again. You're gonna watch it. Nope, shut down.
They've got Google-like software where they just scan the internet for their mention of themselves.
Okay, so those smart home devices, like the Amazon Alexa, whatever, and the Google Homes,
Terrifying.
they terrify me. I don't like them, but I still want one.
Why do you want one?
They sound awesome because, like, I can just walk into a room, like, you know, be like, you know, Alexa, play my hungover playlist, and it'll go. It's awesome. But on the other hand, like, I don't want the owner of Amazon, like, listening to my conversations.
Yeah.
Which, you know, granted, I'm sure they already are through my phone, so, you know, whatever at this point.
Yeah. They've admitted as much. Someone's admitted as much. Maybe it's the government.
Who knows?
Because the microphone on your phone, that's a live mic all the time.
Yep.
All they got to do is say, hey, what's this motherfucker talking about?
I don't think I get a lot of interest from, like, you know, just, like, chiming in at my home. We don't talk about anything exciting. This week, it's just been me bitching about the reading we've been doing, so it's fine. It's fine.
You complain about everything, Dalton.
I do.
This is so hard to hold.
Yeah?
I was just getting on you about complaining, because that's an ironic twist, but this is very hard to do.
I'll tell you what, once we get to the Barnes & Noble, I'll take over for you.
You're going to have to, Danny.
I'll be the weird guy who's filming in the Barnes & Noble.
Yeah? Instead of just the weird guy around the Barnes & Noble. You might as well get some utility out of it.
So I was watching a YouTube video earlier, and, like, I'm sitting on the couch with Megan before she went to work, and
that woman's picking her nose.
That's cool. Pick me a winner. Anyway.
Pick me a winner.
Pick me a winner.
You
I'm so
remember that
glad
movie?
you caught that.
Oh my god. I love that movie. My name was in that movie.
Yeah?
Yeah, Adrian. It was it was Little Nicky's brother. The bad one.
It was.
Bad one with the spiky hair.
It was.
You know what Little Nicky do you want me to ruin something for you?
Sure.
Do you remember Little Nicky's voice?
Yes.
Release the good.
Yeah?
Rage Against the Machine, Jack De La Rocha.
Oh, no.
Ruined. You will never listen to Rage Against the Machine again.
Yeah, Bulls on Parade is just ruined for me now.
Done. Anyway, you were talking about watching a YouTube
I was watching a YouTube video, and, like, I don't know, it was kind of a weird video, and, like, I just look over nonchalant, and I'm like, this guy's fucking
Turn left, turn.
weird. And Megan just, like, puts down her book and looks at me, and she's like, really? I'm like, what? She's like, you don't see that as hypocritical by any means? Mr. Put videos on the YouTube and is weird as fuck? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you've got this weird assumption that you fit in.
Like, I think I've just been, like, so vigorously fitting out all my life that I've just accepted the fact that I just assume that I blend.
Yeah.
But we went to a...
You pass?
I pass. We went to her nieces and nephews' Christmas pageant, which, let me tell you, riveting modern theater there.
How old?
Kindergarten and second grade.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, it was rough. But anyway, you do that kind of thing.
Not me, I won't.
And it's a very small school, so, like, we're sitting in these bleachers. And, like, you know, we get there and her family's sitting in the front. And I sit down, I'm like, can you switch me spots? She's like, why? I'm like, because the lady behind me is really short, and I'm well aware that my hair adds, like, 8 inches to my height, and she can't see a goddamn thing.
Yeah, I'd be upset at you, too. Not a big fan.
Not a big fan? I feel like we should go to a pawn shop at this point in time.
Or one of those We Buy Gold places.
That is a pawn shop, isn't it?
I don't think so. I think they just deal in precious metals.
We should go to Power Play. You ever been to Power Play?
No, I have not.
It's like an adult Chuck E. Cheese.
You don't want me in a place like that. I get too competitive.
We could go go-kart racing, though.
I would beat your ass.
I have no idea how we're going to edit this entire thing. I feel like it's in poor taste just to put the whole video up.
I don't know. We haven't stopped talking. It's basically a variety hour so far.
Pretty much so. Pretty much.
So it'll be like a variety hour with a happy ending, which pretty much never happens.
I'm pretty sure we can get a happy ending from, like, one of those businesses over there if you'd like.
The Captain D's? Captain D's Happy Ease?
Can we please, for, like, the bit after the video, just, like, can we pull up to Captain D's and be like, yeah, can I get a number 2 with a happy ending? Sir, what are you asking for? Those little crunchy things? You know?
I would just like a hand job, please. Do I have to order a drink?
One of my friend's dads growing up, my friend used to work at a KFC Taco Bell.
Your friend's dad is growing up?
No, when I was growing up, one of my friend's dads, my friend worked at KFC Taco Bell, and like every now and then he'd just come through the drive-thru, and he'd be like, yeah, I had a margarita. And like if it was my friend working, the window, he's like, Dad, no way. But if it wasn't, people would be like, sir, we don't sell margaritas. He's like,
so he went through with the joke regardless. Didn't matter if the
doesn't
sun was
matter
there.
if it was working or not. He'd just probably be like, hey, can I get a margarita? And after he'd argue with the fact that, Taco Bell serves margaritas, he'd just be like, fine. Can I just get a water and a spork, please? This car has Christmas
I got the rest in
lights.
my truck. Yeah, I've seen several people with Christmas lights here in Kansas. That is a troubling trend, and I hope it does not continue.
I've always said they should make like LED strips on the back of cars that I can change what it says.
Yeah.
Just because like I want to insult people while I'm driving because I know I can get away from them.
I think they got something sort of like that.
Have you ever been to Savers?
No, I've not been to Savers.
Savers is the greatest thing known to man.
What was that?
It's like, I don't know, kind of like a thrift store in a way. But like, for some reason, thrift stores have like become super popular with the hipster crowd. So thrift stores are now expensive. And
What?
like, yeah. Like you go and like...
Your people ruin everything.
It's true. Like you go and you're going to buy like a nice shirt or something and you're like, I'm just going to get one from the thrift store. It'll cost me $2 or $3. Nope, 20, 30 bucks.
So Dalton Gentry, you mean to tell me that your people have gentrified thrift shops?
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
But like Savers is the holdout. Like they're the one that you can still go and just get everything just amazingly cheap.
That smells like lice.
No, it's like Savers is amazingly clean. Like you go into some thrift stores, I'm like, nope, this suit came off someone's body, someone's dead body. I'm not buying it.
How come the back of this suit's completely torn down the middle?
It just looks like it was cut off someone. I have no idea where I am. I want you to know that.
Yeah, you're just driving straight.
That's fair. That's fair. I imagine it's just like going to magically pop me out into Barnes & Noble.
It's like the flu network.
So, I feel like at this point, if we get away with filming in Barnes & Noble, we need to like send them a fine letter and ask for, compensation for being in Barnes & Noble.
I think we should just send them... You mean a nice letter or a fine of a letter?
I'd say a nice letter. It has to be a nice letter.
I think we should just fine them. Because, look, you let us loose in public.
This is true.
You let us know that this is okay. We're done.
It was your mistake.
People will blame you.
I also appreciate how in some states, like, they've completely outlawed texting and driving, yet I've got you filming while we're driving, because that makes perfect sense.
With the light on. I think it's illegal to have the light on.
It's not illegal to have a light on. It's
I'm
fine.
90... Well, because I do know that there's some cars that, like, the light stays on for a couple minutes.
It's just like, they tell you it's illegal to drive without shoes. Nope.
Or a shirt, right? I used to hear it wasn't legal to drive without a shirt. When I was in high school, I would drive without my shirt on after football practice and stuff.
We'll drive without shoes all throughout summer and sometimes without a shirt. Just depends on where I've been.
I will drive sometimes without service.
Without service?
No shoes, no shirt, no service.
Hey! I'm so proud of you.
You're straining against your accents that you normally do, aren't you?
Am I?
I think so.
So, like, I put up a video not long ago, and someone even commented, they're like, you sound different. Like,
Were you in St. Joe?
Yes!
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is. This is my driving voice. I'm also attempting to concentrate, so... You don't get that often.
No, not even on the show.
No.
Not even when you're reading.
None whatsoever. None whatsoever.
This is just going to be a motion sickness central for people, I'm sure.
Well, I'm sure people always wanted to see what it looks like when I drive, so...
We're at 19 minutes and it hasn't cut off yet.
That's impressive. Like, this is actually going to be like an hour-long video, and we're just going to end up filming on my phone from now on.
We better not. Pull out a cigarette.
What?
Crack that window. I don't want to inhale your lung dot.
I used to drive around my van in high school. That big conversion van that I had.
You would drive around it?
I'd drive around in it.
Oh.
And, like, I always wanted to put a fog machine in it, just so, like, if I ever got pulled over, I'd just start hitting the button.
Yeah.
So when I rolled down the window, it'd just bellow smoke and be like, "Good evening, officer."
Be a bad idea.
Me driving that van alone was a bad idea.
Yeah.
With my hair in that van, I'd just get pulled over and, like, immediately I'd just be like, "Would you like me to step out of the car?" Yeah.
What part would you like to search, officer?
Have fun. Actually, know where we are.
Yeah.
So, I used to go to the AMC Berrywood all the time as a kid.
Yeah.
Like, that was a big deal. Jim would take me and, like, one of my friends out.
Say dad.
No, his name's Jim. And we'd go to the movies, and we'd eat at Hooters.
You have a good dad. You can call him dad.
He's a good dad, but, like, I've always grown up calling him Jim.
Okay.
So, it's just a thing. But, yeah, we all go to the movies, and there used to be a bookstore over there, too. We'd always stop at the bookstore.
It was Barnes & Noble.
Was it a Barnes & Noble? And we'd always eat at Hooters, and, like, that was a big part of my childhood. So, like, I don't know. I love that theater.
Yeah, it's changed a lot recently.
I don't remember the last time. I think the last time I went was for the first Deadpool movie when we went. Do I need this light?
No.
Stay straight.
Stay here. Stay straight.
No, I think the last time I went was when we saw the first Deadpool. Which apparently there's like a Deadpool Christmas now. I haven't figured that out yet.
Yeah, it's getting lukewarm reviews. I think it's just the same movie with a bunch of different jokes.
That's weird.
You know, good for them though. Why not?
So we were
if any character can do it, it's Deadpool.
Fair. We were sitting around this week and like trying to find a good movie to watch, and it came to my mind. We mentioned Ryan Reynolds, like Deadpool was so great. I'm like, have you seen like some of Ryan Reynolds' early movies? Megan had not seen Waiting. She had not seen Van Wilder.
Really?
So like that's what we did this week. And let me tell
Deadpool's just Ryan Reynolds being Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. It's Ryan Reynolds.
It's like the Tony Stark thing. That's just Robert Downey Jr. You just hadn't seen him.
It's like Michael Cera. I'm pretty sure Michael Cera only performs as Michael Cera.
Yeah. Michael Cera, starring Michael Cera as Michael Cera.
In a world
where Michael Cera's. Michael Cera Silverman. That would be a terrible movie.
I don't like Sarah Silverman.
I don't either, and I don't like Michael Cera either.
I like Michael Cera. He has his moments.
I don't think so.
Alright, we've made it to the Barnes & Noble, and I haven't wrecked the car yet, so far, so
yeah,
good.
But this is difficult. There's no stop signs here?
There's no stop signs, it's dark, there's people walking around, big shopping center.
Oh, you're going to hit that lady. Oh, she got a notebook. She's going to the Barnes & Noble.
So we are going to go into the Barnes & Noble, and we are going to drop the entirety of our monthly Patreon into the holiday gift bin for kids.
Yes.
Yes.
I think it's a book drive bin. Or at least it always has been.
Kids books.
Yeah, kids books.
Should we switch these cameras? You want to give that up for a second?
I don't know.
You do realize, like, the cutoff's going to be 25 minutes, so as soon as we go in, it's just going to die.
Yeah, just stop it and start it over.
So we're going to go upstairs to the children's section and find a large amount of children's books. And one copy of a Christopher Hitchens book. Despite my asking, he said we could not get the Sequin Holy Bible for the children's book drive. But we have made it to the books section where we are perusing the children's books to donate. There you go. Harry Potter. No Harry Potter. No Harry Potter.
This is probably too young.
Not necessarily. I think it's all age groups. It's kind of just where we want to get.
But we don't care about small children.
Oh, no small children? Just children's biographies?
Why are you recording now? I record this stuff. Not gonna happen.
You don't want to get Who is Bob Dylan?
No.
I'd be okay with that. Up, get Who is J.K. Rowling. Get Who is J.K. Please get Who is Bono.
Einstein and Amelia Earhart.
Okay.
That's 5.
They're buy two, get the third free. What's the price point on them?
$6.
Oh, for days.
Nikola Tesla.
So you could get 6 for about 24.
Nice man.
You're welcome. I've been really excited about a Who Was Tesla book.
You want me to get one for you?
No, not.
Fidel Castro? What?
That's weird.
It's troubling in the least.
Oh, there's Who Was Jesus?
I didn't see it.
This is riveting filming, the book selection process. Goodbye.
Andrew Jackson. Michael Jackson.
There's only a slight difference between Andrew and Michael.
Oh, look at that. They're the same one. Put Michael back. That was bad. I'm sorry. Wait. I'm going to assume that this is because we're in.
Who is
SEC
Robert
country.
E. Lee? Oh my.
We're in SEC country, dog.
Lovely Barnes and Noble.
Religious. Okay, so we got Joan of Arc, Edgar Allan Poe, Andrew Jackson, Maya Angelou, Judy Blume, Earhart, Einstein, and Tesla.
9 of them total? I wasn't counting.
Nope, 8.
One more.
What is rock and roll?
Uh,
Isaac Newton.
You gotta get Newton.
Yeah,
That's acceptable.
where's Hemingway?
There you go. You have not even tapped a quarter of what we're looking at here.
That's a good collection.
That is a good collection. That is a viable collection. So, what do you think next? We got the biographies. Did you ever have those like eyewitness news when you were a kid?
No.
Like they were kind of like eyewitness, you know, science and biology, different animal-y facts, things like that. I don't know. I liked them. I'm also really enjoying filming the back of your head.
Now we gotta go to fiction.
Picture books, chapter books.
So this is the hard part with doing this for a charity type thing, is you're assuming every kid's going to get a book.
Yeah.
You know, so you can't do a whole series or things like that. Or presumably even parts of series, you know.
You could get a bunch of like, you know, book ones. Just a slew of different ones.
Is that really a good thing to do now?
Well,
You know?
Magic Treehouse is always popular. They've got I mean, those have been around since I was a kid for sure. And I'm old. Junie B. Jones.
Oh, goddamn it.
Get some Harry Potter? Seriously, get some Harry Potter. Like Sorcerer's Stone, Cursed Child.
Loves Handsome Warren? If you start calling me Warren, I'm going to be upset with you.
What if I refer to you only as Handsome Warren?
It'll be alright.
That's us over there, superheroes. I'd like to hope in the superhero section there's just a Who is Robert Downey Jr.
Dinosaurs Fact Tracker.
Kids love dinosaurs.
Yeah.
So we're standing in line and hopefully going to buy a lot of books. That's a thing. They still have the kids' books back there, though.
Yeah, it's a good sign.
It's a good sign.
Necessarily.
Good sign. I'll be disappointed if they're not doing it.
It's at the bottom of the up escalator.
I feel like I should be making awkward conversation at this point in time.
Don't feel obligated.
Don't feel obligated. I feel like if you hadn't got a haircut, you would have looked like that guy on Rolling Stone.
Should.
Like, eventually it would have happened.
Look. Just wanted to ask you. Is it still possible to donate the kids' books?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
As it zooms in as soon as I push play, because that's life now. So, Adrian, what are we doing?
What we got?
We got books.
We got books.
Got lots of books.
A Wrinkle in Time. We got Goosebumps. Goosebumps. Spice Food. Got the aforementioned biographies.
Lots of biographies.
Jackson, Angela, Judy Blume, Ævar, Einstein, Tesla. I think this is a big deal. I'm not 100% sure.
Weird angle. Why are you blurry all of a sudden? Stop being blurry all of a sudden. There it goes. There it goes. Got a couple copies of Coraline in there.
Yes, I think.
I like Neil Gaiman. Neil Gaiman's a good author.
Judy Blume, or Jenny B. Jones. This stuff looked interesting for small kids, so I figured it's a couple of those. Percy Jackson. You got a story about this, don't you?
Yeah, so like when I was in, I think like 5th grade, everybody who went through 5th grade in my school, we had to read Where the Red Fern Goes. Where the Red Fern Grows, Wilson Rawls. So we got a couple copies of that. That was a big part of my childhood, so I thought that's appropriate.
Thanks for that. Another Goosebumps. Cornerstone of the Wire, I'm not sure what that is. A couple more of those biographies. Joan of Arc. Kids' books. I had these when I was growing up.
Everybody had the little golden books growing up. That's awesome.
Not those titles, but another cool one. Another Percy Jackson.
Yeah, go ahead. And one copy of the collected poems of Emily Dickinson. So I feel like one kid's gonna get that copy of the Emily Dickinson book and just be like, oh boy, Emily Dickinson. Either that or you're just like forging a new Adrian out of like...
Well, I think the most important part of this is that I left small sticky notes in all the books, little nihilistic messages about the meaninglessness of life in general, and how this is all for naught.
You're so pleasant.
I hope that those go over well.
Alright, let's go pay for this.
Well, Salty,
Yes?
how do you feel about yourself?
We did well. We did good. We bought $200 worth of children's books, and we donated them. Kids have something to read next year.
Yeah.
And
No Harry Potter.
did we not get a Harry Potter?
No, there's no Harry Potter.
There was an Emily Dickinson, though, because that makes perfect sense.
You're damn right there was.
I feel like this is the point in time where I should not be filming with the light ons when I'm backing out in a
Probably.
shopping center.
Or it's dark and people are wearing all black.
Yeah.
Run this lady over.
Just yell at her.
Because it'll be fun.
That's what you get.
Where's your reflective vest? Huh, lady?
I've
What are you doing?
I've never had an opportunity to own a reflective vest. Like, I've never worked in, like, an outdoor setting where that would be necessary.
Yeah. You probably should have one just to have one.
To be safe. Like, you're taking the dogs out to go walking, you probably should put on the vest.
And a helmet.
There's a little French restaurant that used to be up here. It's called Mimi's.
Yeah,
And,
I
like,
remember that.
I never went.
Really?
And it wasn't until after they closed that I realized it was French. And then I was furious.
I don't think it was.
It was a French bistro.
I don't think so, because they had hamburgers and stuff.
It was a hamburger joint and French bistro.
Okay, now you're just making things up.
So, we did good. We bought the books, we donated books, and now we're going back to your apartment to film 8 hours of BookTube videos.
Gotta get to work.
Not that I've been at work since 8 a.m., that's fine.
Dalton, you don't ever really go to work.
No, I'm just there.
You show up
And like,
exist.
I realized it takes me a good 45 minutes to get moving when I get to work. Those first 45 minutes are brutal, man. Like, I'm still half asleep, still trying to, figure out where I'm at, what I'm doing.
Yeah. That's part of the one thing that people don't understand about overnights is that you don't ever get that time. So like when you show up, people expect you to always be on. And they're like, what are you doing? It's 9 o'clock at night. You're supposed to be awake.
I just woke up.
Well, I wake up long before I get to work, but I'm doing other stuff. You know what I mean? Like, they expect that when you're overnights, that's all you do. And for some reason, people think that overnights are some great expanse of time, some massive swath of the clock. It's 8 hours.
Yeah.
Just like your shift was.
It is. No, when I was working overnights, like, I'd get home at, like, 8 a.m., And I usually sleep until 3 or 4. Some days just sleep until I woke up, because, I mean, you need that. But yeah, you go to work and it's just another shift.
Yeah.
Same thing. You just have to fight your body the entire time because it's trying to convince you need to be asleep right now.
Yeah. And then there's that weird phase at like 6 in the morning when you're supposed to be going to bed, but the sun is up. Your body's like, hey man, let's go hunt. Or whatever it is that people used to do, and that has made it so where you're supposed to be asleep at night.
What always bothered me about working overnights is when you get off work and you've been up all day and you just got off work, like, you're hungry and you want dinner, and your options are breakfast food.
Yeah.
My former employer did this thing once. They catered barbecue for all the other shifts, except ours. They served biscuits and gravy.
Yeah.
And I could have righted. Do I want this exit?
Yes. That's where you want to be. It's not an exit, it's an entry.
Is it?
It's an on-ramp. Where are you exiting?
I'm exiting this road.
Onto
A highway.
a bigger road. So it's an entry.
All right. I managed.
We're men. We're manly men.
You know, all I want, I understand, Mel Brooks is getting older. I just want one more video, one more movie.
Yeah.
One more film, Mel. Just make it happen.
Who would you want Mel to work with?
James Franco and Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen?
Yeah.
Seth Rogen can't do anything.
Yeah, Seth Rogen's okay.
You need to put that window up because it's going to be hell on the sound.
Is it?
Yeah. On the highway? I want Mike Judge.
Okay.
Mel Brooks and Mike Judge working on a script. Mel Brooks, Mike Judge. James Franco might be alright. I would like to see Robert Downey Jr.
Okay.
Maybe Chris Hemsworth.
So you ever seen the Jackass movies and the TV show, all that?
Yeah.
This big thing back in the 90s. So, like, I was watching behind the scenes with them once. And, like, I guess they were going to hang out with Mike Judge one day. And, like, I guess Mike called Johnny Knoxville. He's like, hey, you know, I'm in town, so if you want to hang out. And Johnny Knoxville's like, sure, come over. We're filming, but, like, come over. And that led to Mike Judge inserting a fireplace bellows into a man's ass to pump air into it to make him expel gas that they had covered in baby powder so there would be a poof.
I remember this. I don't remember Mike Judge.
Mike Judge was totally there. He was the one doing it. And, like, they're interviewing Mike Judge because this is behind the scenes. He's like, well, I don't really know what I expected, but, like, that was definitely a low point in my life.
That sounds dangerous.
It does, but did anything they do was not dangerous?
Well, but I mean life-threateningly dangerous in a way that one might not immediately assume, but would immediately kill you.
Like, I remember
when you're jumping off of a roof or out of a plane or whatever, you know you could die. But having, I don't know, a liter of air pressed into your rectum sounds like it would cause massive problems that you don't prepare for.
Like, I remember when those, like, that series first came out, and, like, this was, like, pre-internet era, so, like, you had to catch it on MTV.
Yeah.
And, like, it was the first experience of something like that, which were basically, they were viral videos.
Yeah.
These were people just doing stupid stuff. And, like, I remember watching them, and I loved them. And, like, going back and looking at them now, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
You are so stupid.
I'm glad someone did it, though.
Yeah, somebody had to. Glad
Because
it wasn't me.
I'm glad someone did it and made money.
Paved the way.
Because what it could have been was once the internet became the internet, a bunch of idiots doing this stuff, going viral and dying.
True.
At least someone got rich off of it.
It's true. Very true. The internet's a weird thing, though, man. Because, like, even today, like, yeah, I don't have cable. Like, I might turn on Netflix if we're watching something, but most of the time I just turn YouTube on the TV.
Yeah.
Like, I'll find something on YouTube.
Yeah. And it's strange, there's a YouTube culture, you know?
There is.
There's YouTube culture, there's small YouTube culture, there's BookTube culture. How did we get here when we were talking about the
philosophical aspects of MTV's Jackass?
Well, we were talking about the philosophical aspects of donating books.
I have no idea. We just started talking, and this is kind of what happens. It's like a mini variety hour.
I made that point 3 times on the way up here. I'm so glad we're catching this on camera, Dalton.
I have no idea.
Because this is what happens. This is what happens.
Normally, the drive to Barnes & Noble, like, we just, like, we bullshit about, you know, the week, or, you know, talk about whatever hell's on the radio. or we're planning something for our videos. So like we're basically wasting time at this point because now we have to go back to your apartment and actually plan.
Yeah.
That's okay. We're good at wasting time.
How do you feel about donating all those books?
It was a good feeling.
I think we got some good books.
We did. And like, I mentioned it in the store, like it's a cool opportunity. At no point in my life would I ever think, hey, I'm just going to have, this money coming in where I can just do this nice thing. So that's an awesome opportunity, and I don't know, it's cool.
And thank you for that.
Yes.
That we have that opportunity. I know that when I was a kid, if I had had the chance at getting a biography of Nikola Tesla, my life would never have been the same. That guy was a weirdo. He was a strange fella.
I read a biography.
Maybe I would have been good at math.
I read a biography once about Tesla.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, he's a strange cat. Also, we're going to test your theory if we're getting pulled over.
Yeah?
Yeah. You guys got a truck up there with the lights on top of it?
Yeah. How are they going to pull us over in front of us?
Slow down? I don't know. I remember when I was a kid, though, like, even as a kid, like, I was a big reader. And, like, I always wanted books. We'd go to the Scholastic Book Fair, and I'd be like, oh, I need these books, Jim. I need these books. You're like, no, you've got plenty. You don't read them anyway. I'm like, yes, I do, Jim. I've read them. I want more.
I can only imagine Child Dalton looking exactly like you, but 3 feet tall, and arguing in that exact fashion. Yes, I do.
Beard and all. But like, I've always imagined like that's the one point in my father's life he has to eat his words. So I'm like, told ya.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now I got all these books at home I don't read.
Well, I when I was a kid, I was terrible about picking up a book and reading part of it.
Yeah?
Yeah. Or reading through a couple chapters and then moving on to the next one.
No, like reading as a kid was always different because like now you read for either enjoyment or to like analyze a book.
Yeah.
But like reading as a kid, I remember like I would just wholeheartedly just like read over the same book over and over and over.
Discovery and escapism. And that's what a lot of booktube still reads books for, right? And I read books for a bit of that. But I think I incorporate other stuff a lot more heavily.
And yeah, that's the thing. I've talked about it. We've talked about it before. We do a lot of like literary analysis, criticism for the books we read, and that's a different style of reading.
Yeah.
And I always mention the point, like one of these days, man, I'm just going to take a week off and I'm just going to read a book for me. I'm just going to sit and I'm going to enjoy it and not pay attention to it and just get lost in it.
I can't do it.
Yeah, I can. Doesn't bother me.
I can. Doesn't bother me. You can't mock me mocking you. It's like a copy of a copy. It just becomes nothing.
What was it? There was some animated show. I want to say maybe even South Park, where I was looking at it from like a voice actor standpoint, and that's bizarre to look over and see. And like they were actually really praising it because the character in the show was imitating another character. And when you break that down, that's the voice actor doing a voice as another voice.
Yeah.
It's like incredibly difficult to do.
Yeah, you've never tried to do an accent, doing an accent?
I haven't. I feel like I don't want to do that right now. It'll be terrible.
No, it's always terrible. I'm guilty of really sort of getting lost in characters and stuff at inappropriate times, like when I'm in public with my mother or something, and then I will try to mock an accent with an accent.
Yeah.
And it's downhill from there. Or singing with an accent. Singing with a voice. Doing a voice and singing. That's how you know you've got a grip on that voice.
Fair.
When you can sing as another character.
I sing quite a bit. Like, doing like a voice while you're singing, I feel like that is like a good chunk of singing because you kind of have to like go with the style of the song. So, we had this guy I used to work with when I worked at the bookstore, and he was the writer, of the bookstore. He was always working on this novel, and he was always doing this.
I hate those guys.
Like, yeah, you are that guy, but you don't talk about it to everyone.
Yeah.
He's one of the ones who never actually did it. He was just talking. And like, for 2 or 3 days, he came in talking with a really, really bad accent. And I'm like, guy, what are you doing? He's like, well, I'm just trying to get into my character for this book.
I hate those guys.
I don't want to talk to you anymore. All right, we're here. We made it. So, how do we close this? How do we close this?
We're done.
Oh, it's so gorgeous.
Why does it zoom in? Why did it zoom in?
It does that when you're filming with the selfie camera.
Yeah.
There's no way to zoom out.
Can't zoom out.
That's what you got. This will be an editing nightmare later.
Yeah. Hey, you did your. I watched your videos to make sure we didn't overlap too much.
Yeah.
But I didn't pay too close attention. Do you have any editing ability on your phone?
I haven't played with the phone that. Well, son of a bitch, you have one golden line and you're not even recording it. I'm so disappointed with myself. I've got to figure out how to flip this camera. Can I? I'm trying to flip the camera over. There's got to be a way you can flip this around. So like you can switch from like selfie to normal. I left that on the whole time. Lucky my car started.
You left the light on the whole time?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Trying to find the cocksock.